What's happening? Well, Arctic air is here, and that cold air continues to go through the afternoon with an Arctic blast later on in the evening. More about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, as the temperature drops, the difficult decisions facing La Crosse shelters. I'll have more info live up next.
Plus, new worries for SNAP users. What happens in just days? And the MyPillow guy wants to be governor of the state he's eyeing. Good morning, I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Thursday, December 4th. Thank you for waking up with us on this Thursday. The week is flying by. Also flying in, though, some Arctic air. We're going to send it over to Art for those details.
Yes,
it
indeed.
is just bitter out there.
Bitter cold right now, and it's also going to be worse later in the afternoon. Why? Because the wind gusts are going to pick up. They're going to be up to 35 miles per hour plus, and so that means it's going to be much colder on your skin. But make no mistake, this early morning, it is cold out there, and you've already seen that with Seth out there currently. It is pretty doggone cold. Holding on to minus 14 for Black River Falls, 0 degrees for the lows possible for La Crosse, minus 6 for Eau Claire, down to Prairie du Chien, minus 3, and Sparta, of course, minus 11. We're also going to go into this. The possibility of getting a low record today, well, it's kind of, I don't know. Minus 7 for La Crosse. 1950 was the record then. And of course, the record over in Eau Claire, 1983 at minus 12 degrees. We're not going to come too close to that. Holding on to the possibility of this, as you can see, for La Crosse, by that time, we're looking at maybe 1 degree to minus 1 or 0 degrees. Holding on to some sunshine. That means melting snow in your forecast going into your afternoon. Eventually, by Eau Claire, you're going to see some colder conditions as well, with minus 7 getting into minus 3 by the 9 o'clock hour. Plenty of sunshine and melted snow on the way for you leading into the afternoon, with 11 degrees on the way. Holding on to that current wind coming out of the northwest, and eventually you'll see that come out of the south later. We'll also see this with the highest wind gusts, about 15 miles per hour. So the winds are light right now. And as we go into how this all shapes up, the wind chill is going to feel like it's about, well, minus 13 degrees out there for this hour, holding on to minus 5 for La Crosse, Eau Claire, and then minus 1 for Prairie du Chien. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for your day, so please stick around.
And that Arctic air has cold shelters at capacity. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla is live downtown with those details for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. I'll tell you what, I am feeling the cold right now. I have on 3 layers on my jacket, and I still feel it cutting through. And warming shelters are also feeling the impact, with more people trying to seek shelter from the cold. And that's because when temperatures drop and become dangerous like now, more and more people try and seek shelter at places like the Salvation Army. Things like food, coats, and a place to stay warm are a lifeline for unhoused individuals. The Salvation Army says it's doing everything it can, but the demand is higher than their resources.
We have our 64 beds open, but otherwise there are not a lot of other places that people can go to be warm.
The need is always there, but it's more visible as people are trying to camp around our building, around other locations, trying to find shelter and heat.
The Salvation Army is working with La Crosse County to add 18 more beds to their facility. Staff says it will help, but they will still likely have to turn away hundreds of people. And December is the busiest month for these shelters, so they're asking for volunteers and donations. If you want to find out how to help, visit our website. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you, Seth. And those cold temps also mean icy sidewalks. Health officials say that you should wear rubber boots and walk slowly to prevent falling.
One of the main things is slowing down and giving yourself enough time. So we don't want to be in a hurry, especially when there's slippery surfaces outside. And when you do go, make sure that you're just taking slower and smaller steps and scanning ahead for any hazards.
She also says older adults should bring your phone with you, even on short walks outside. And don't forget, use our First Warn weather app to track weather conditions on your block. A developing story out of the town of Campbell, where they are taking another step to become an official village. Residents meeting for a public hearing. A La Crosse judge has already approved that town's petition. Becoming a village would lock in Campbell's borders, stabilize its tax base, and get a new water system.
We're really for it. We've been for it for a long time and have tried to get the water system through years and years ago, but that's coming to fruition now, and we're definitely for becoming our own village.
Public input from the hearing will be part of the review before the proposal moves to a referendum. And some breaking news this morning out of the nation's capital as we take a live look at that building. A big day for Navy Admiral Frank Bradley. He's briefing lawmakers about strikes on Venezuelan drug boats, specifically a second one that targeted survivors of the first strike.
A couple of hours later, I learned that that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do, and by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Congress is promising an investigation into the September attack. New this morning, immigration crackdowns are ramping up in Minnesota, many of them on Somali descent. This comes amid President Trump's verbal attack on the Somali community, as CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Today, Minnesota at the center of new national attention after President Trump's last shout at the state's Somali community.
The Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country.
It comes amid reports of a fraud scandal involving dozens of people of Somali descent. In the past 3 years, 87 people have been charged, 61 convicted, after $1 billion was siphoned from multiple federal programs during the COVID pandemic. According to investigators, the scheme involved bogus receipts and invoices for meal programs, housing assistance, and behavioral health services, charging the state millions for services that were never provided. Tuesday, President Trump repeatedly insulted Somali people.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Somalis are hardworking.
Jamal Osman is a Minneapolis city councilman who came to the U.S. from Somalia when he was 14, now a naturalized citizen. He says the president is painting the hundreds of thousands of Somalis in the U.S. with a broad brush. The U.S. first extended temporary protected status in 1991 as Somalia plunged into a civil war and hundreds of thousands fled. Now the community is bracing for immigration crackdowns on those who've been issued final deportation orders.
What we're scared of is ICE going out on the streets, hunting anyone that looks like me.
HHS Secretary Kristi Noem says half the visas in Minnesota are fraudulent, though she has not provided evidence. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The House Oversight Committee said it would launch its own investigation into the fraud case, including claims that some of the stolen money ended up in the hands of terror groups. MyPillow founder Mike Lindell is eyeing a run for Minnesota governor. He's reportedly already filed the paperwork. Lindell is known for making false claims about election interference in the 2020 election. Possible new problems for Wisconsin SNAP users. 21 states could lose funding if they don't share data with the USDA by the end of the week. The agency is reportedly looking for fraud tied to immigration status. States have till December 8th to turn over information or lose critical funding.
We need to make sure that the entire country knows this is not red and blue. This is being able to feed people in our nation who need it.
The USDA says they only plan to withhold money used to run the program. This means money loaded onto Quest cards is safe. A News 8 follow-up, the Finance and Personnel Committee votes tonight on the Weber Group's request to transfer ownership of the Charmont Hotel. That building was bought in 2012 with the Charmont opening in 2015. We asked city officials what a transfer would mean for the historic building.
There's no fiscal impact to the city. There's no change in development agreement, so no one will be hurt by this. And that's important for the taxpayers to understand, and it's very important for downtown La Crosse to understand. But again, that building will stay there.
The Finance and Personnel Committee meets at 6 tonight, and we will keep you updated. Time now is 6:07. Still ahead, holiday shipping dates are in, when you need to ship your packages by. Some bad news in the job market, and the immigration crackdown is impacting 2 beer brands. Young Americans are choosing to invest in the stock market instead of buying homes. Why it's happening ahead. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. In upstate New York, a red panda was filmed exploring this season's first snowfall at a zoo. Look how cute he is. The area was hit with 5 inches of snow, and the zoo says that red pandas, native to the Himalayas, love the snow. As you start to wake up, we'll leave you with a quick wake-up call, ooh la la, from the Sphere in Las Vegas. Look at that. Stay with us. Your morning news, consumer news, is just after the break.
There's December at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Bring 10 non-perishable food items to support local pantries and get 10% off your entire purchase. Furniture, mattresses, home decor, seasonal finds. Make your home holiday ready while giving back.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
Save big on automotive supplies at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life, and Menards carries automotive products that help keep your vehicle on the road. Prevent diesel fuel from gelling in colder climates with Howe's Diesel Treat. On sale for only $11.99. FVP Premium Starting Fluid helps provide fast starts on the coldest days and is engineered to work with all gasoline and diesel engines. Get an 11-ounce bottle for just $2.69.
Get sweet savings during Hy-Vee's annual holiday baking sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee butter, just $2.49. 5 pounds of Hy-Vee flour, just $1.48. Powdered or brown sugar, $1.98. Hy-Vee baking chips, $2.48. Get great deals on Carnation evaporated milk, Hy-Vee cream cheese, Hy-Vee pretzels, and more. Save in-store and online Friday through Sunday during the holiday baking sale. Only at Hy-Vee.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin.
Things are getting clearer, I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Get your home holiday ready, help your community, and save big at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Bring 10 non-perishable food items to help local food pantries and save 10% on your entire purchase. Shop, save, and share the spirit of giving.
In our consumer news, the U.S. economy lost about 32,000 private sector jobs in November, according to ADP. The payroll giant says that's a significant drop from the 47,000 positions gained the month before. Most economists had forecast 40,000 jobs. The government's jobs report was originally supposed to come out Friday, but it has been delayed till mid-December. And Constellation Brands, the U.S. owner of Modelo and Corona, relies heavily on the Latino market in the U.S., but research shows that market has been hit hard by Trump's deportation push. Modelo lost its top-selling beer spot to Michelob Ultra, and Constellation's sales have plunged. Research points to changing consumer habits among Constellation's Latino customers and inflation forcing cutbacks across the board. Housing market conditions like low affordability and high interest rates are changing how young Americans think about their finances. In 2024, 37% of 25-year-olds used investment accounts versus just 6 years ago. 6%, that is, a decade ago. That's according to JP Morgan. Ivan Rodriguez reports.
For past generations of Americans, owning a home has helped to build wealth. Today, younger Americans are putting their eggs into a different basket, the stock market.
For young investors, that they can continue to buy the dip. And we've seen that playing out with a 6-fold increase in the number of young people who are investing in stocks.
New data from the JP Morgan Chase Institute shows over 1/3 of 25-year-olds have investment accounts, all while the average age of first-time home buyers rose to an all-time high of 38 in 2024, according to the National Association of Realtors.
It's a really interesting shift in how Americans are building wealth.
these days.
George Eckert, research director of the JP Morgan Chase Institute, says the shift began in 2022 after the rise in home prices impacted housing affordability.
If you don't have what it takes to make a down payment and handle monthly mortgage expense with interest rate at 30-year fixed above 6% and high home prices, then your options are relatively limited.
Part of the reason younger Americans may be more optimistic about the stock market could be because of a lack of long-lasting downturns in recent years.
If you haven't seen a significant downturn, it might feel like, this is a kind of one-way directional game.
In terms of what the future could hold for young Americans' financial decisions, Eckert says interest rates will be a significant factor as they may decline more than home prices. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, back to what these local temperatures will hit as we go through this hour. Here, looking at the morning lows, possible for La Crosse, 0 degrees, getting into areas by Eau Claire, you're looking at -6 for areas by Ladysmith as well. Black River Falls holding on to -14, Sparta -11, and then down to the south by Prairie du Chien -3. So those temperatures are going to be very cold this early morning, and we're also going to see similar conditions later on into the afternoon. Let's take a quick peek as to what we've got going on here. We get into some quiet weather this morning. La Crosse, you can see showing at 0 degrees there, 1 degree there. Eau Claire, you can see -5, and then Winona, you're looking at 0 degrees for you as well. And of course, is that the moon showing right there? That looks pretty beautiful out there. Holding on how this all shapes up. We're going to go into drier air, working its way slowly through the central plains and working its way to Iowa as well. That area of high pressure is going to continue to build, and that's also going to usher in some colder winds later on as that pulls in more that colder air coming in from Canada, holding on to the possibility of 17 degrees for the high, down to 14 for Shelby there, as you can see. Mostly sunny skies expected, and as I mentioned, with the extra sunshine, you're going to get some more snow melt in the forecast, holding on to 16 degrees for Prairie du Chien. Mostly sunny skies for you there. Back up to La Crescent, you'll see mostly sunny skies, as well as La Crosse, getting into at least mostly sunny skies with 14 degrees. Trempealeau, 17 degrees for you. Sunny skies for you there. Back up to Osseo, similar conditions. Even to the east, you'll do the same. Sparta will have at least 18 degrees in the forecast, even though they're one of the coldest spots. Getting back to the north zone, holding on to how it looks for Eau Claire, you're looking at least 12 degrees for you. Similar all the way up into areas right by Ladysmith, and out to the east, you're looking at 13 degrees there. Augusta at 14, all of which under sunnier conditions. Now, as we look at the lows this early morning, this is what we're expecting, right? I just showed you that, giving way to this high pressure ridge starting to try to build, and it's going to try to usher in warmer air eventually when it's coming up out of the south. But we still have that Arctic breeze coming in from the north. As we finish out for the morning hours, that's going to still be weak winds continuing on, holding on to temperatures in the single digits as well, until you get down to the south by Prairie du Chien and Decorah, holding on to the possibility by the 4 o'clock hour, things start to change. We're going to start to see more of the wind kicking in. The colder air comes in from Canada as well, and we're going to see those winds begin to shift. You'll hold on to the 8 o'clock hour, breezy and gusty winds come in. Also, a little bit of a ridge coming in. You see kind of this tilting here. A ridge is going to start to build. We're going to start to warm up going towards the midnight hour. Temperatures are in the teens, right? So you're seeing temperatures by 11 o'clock just about what they were in the afternoon, right? That's 11 o'clock p.m. You're looking at the same temperature from the afternoon. In similar conditions as we get into the overnight hours, still holding on to those teens, still 18 degrees for La Crosse. Snow starts to work in the forecast by 4 a.m. in the morning. As we go into at least the 6 o'clock hour for the morning, 15 degrees still. That's even warmer than we're going to be this afternoon, believe it or not, with snow on the way. Wow, this weather, you got to scratch your head on that one. Start to get into widespread snowfall as we finish out through the sunrise time all the way to the mid-morning hours. Widespread snow. It'll be light to moderate to finish out for Friday. Then eventually we'll start to see it kind of move on out to the east, gets over the lake, and then we start to see it kind of leave the western portion of our areas here. And then once we get into at least 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're starting to dry it out. Snow starts to stay by Eau Claire and, of course, Ladysmith, and then we're done with that colder air coming right back again with breezy conditions for your Friday morning, even though it's still, we got the hot, warmer air coming in. So as you get into all that morning conditions, you're still seeing temperatures in the teens and maybe some 20s. Holding on to the highs for Friday, we're looking at some 25, widespread 20s to low 30s in the forecast, giving way to some sunshine. And, of course, you've got the snowfall on the way as well. As we kick into how this all shapes up, we're going to go into how this all looks. 60% chance of snowfall for you on Friday, and that carries all the way into your Saturday morning. Back to you.
Stillbirth rates in the U.S. improved last year. Coming up, the CDC's latest numbers and what's behind the trend. And flu season could be really bad this year. We'll tell you what doctors are saying.
David versus Goliath. The UWL football team has a tall task ahead of them this weekend in the NCAA quarterfinals. Hear from the team ahead of their matchup, plus details on the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade saga. The Blitz is on the way shortly.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale, with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
More joy, more style, and more savings. That's what you'll find at King Furniture this holiday season. With our incredible stock of inventory, you can always find whatever you need ready for free delivery. And if it's a custom look you want, we have you covered. Shop our selection of England sofas and sectionals and choose from thousands of fabrics and leathers. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new, and we'll haul away the old for free. There's no better time to shop at King Furniture.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like select throws, just $12.99 while supplies last. Over 30% off this DeWalt Tough Series construction jack. 55% off these jumbo dog beds, $26.99. Plus, don't miss up to $100 in Ariat holiday rebates when you buy Ariat footwear, apparel, and accessories. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Beef dreams to be slow roasted by Arby's, tossed in hickory barbecue sauce, and sold 2 for $6. Who are you to deny dreams? Arby's, we have the meat.
So the Medicare open enrollment is happening now through December 7th. But if your plan has been canceled, don't worry, you have till December 31st to change your plan. At Strive Medicare, we bring over 40 years of experience working with Medicare plans. Let our trusted local team guide you to the coverage you deserve.
We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of.
We're conveniently located inside the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse. Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Happy holidays from News 8 Now.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, to be the best, you have to beat the best. It's a phrase common in sports, but the saying especially rings true this weekend for the UW La Crosse football team. Eagles preparing to take on North Central, the team that ended their season back in 2023 in the quarterfinals. The Cardinals have proven to be the gold standard in Division III college football. Dynasty, juggernaut, powerhouse, whichever word you want to say, North Central is just that. They have as many national titles as losses since 2019, so La Crosse has their work cut out for them, but that is just what they're doing. Working because they know the challenge that lies ahead, and Matt Janis' team isn't ready for this special season to come to an end, and they're adopting a simple yet meaningful phrase.
Survive and advance. I think that's been the message. Every team we see from here on out in the playoffs is a solid team. We know these are all going to be 4-quarter football games, and really this week in practice, we're just preparing for that. When it comes down to that last play, when we need a goal line stop or we need to make a third down conversion, you know, that's our message is finish.
Just like we saw last week, it's all great teams at this point, and obviously playing North Central, which has really been the standard to what Division III football has been, and that program's been at it for a long time, and the reality is if you want to get to Canton, Ohio, this is the team that you have to go through.
North Central comes in first in the nation in scoring at almost 53 points per game this season. We'll have more on this round 3 matchup later this week. And of course, news dropping yesterday around the NBA that Bucks NBA superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo could be potentially traded, as his agent and the organization are having conversations about his future in Milwaukee. A resolution is expected in the coming weeks. The Bucks were struggling, having lost 8 of their last 9 entering last night before they got a win. The NBA trade deadline is February 5th. And the Badger men's basketball team scores a win in their Big Ten opener over Northwestern, and Minnesota upsets number 22 in the nation, Indiana. That'll do it for your Morning Blitz. Can't wait to see you back here later tonight.
This December at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel, bring 10 non-perishable food items to support local pantries and get 10% off your entire purchase. Furniture, mattresses, home decor, seasonal finds. Make your home holiday ready while giving back.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Clock's ticking on holiday shopping. Beat the rush and finish your list for less at Fleet Farm. Get a free DeWalt 20-volt max lithium battery with select Bear Tool purchases during DeWalt Deal Days. Save 30% on field and forest flannel for the family. And get 25% off our entire stock of slippers in-store only. Wrap up your shopping at Fleet Farm with great gifts at the best prices guaranteed. And for even more gift ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
We're here at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to tell you about the great vacuums you can get for your home today. Oh, look, it's Lance, the new owner of A1 himself.
I don't do interviews, I do vacuums. At A1 Vacuum, we care about reliable products and service, and that hasn't changed with the new ownership. Our vacuums clean deeper and are built to last. We carry vacuums from all the top brands and can service any make and model.
Stop in, see the changes to A1 Vacuum today.
At Jolivet Family Farms, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Fraser for Christmas trees, wreaths, garlands, bows, fruit and gift baskets, gift cards. Buy fresh, buy local. Concord grapes, cheeses, organic eggs, honey, jams, syrup, pancake mixes, meats, pizzas, specialty chocolates, Wisconsin beer and wines, salsas. Dazzling crafts and decor items. Take home some pies, cookies, bars, and breads from our homemade bakery. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hey, Dominic here to tell you about our great Wisconsin-made gifts for every occasion. T-shirts for birthdays, cookbooks for showers, aprons for Mother's Day, hats for Father's Day, gift boxes for weddings and thank you gifts, and for Christmas or any other celebration. We have mini cinnamon bears. They even smell like Pleasing. Get your gifts at our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse.
Get your home holiday ready, help your community, and save big at Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Bring 10 non-perishable food items to help local food pantries and save 10% on your entire purchase. Shop, save, and share the spirit of giving.
Miss a story or need to watch it again? Find them all on the News 8 Now app. What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability. Those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
This morning's lows are going to be pretty cold. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, as the temperature drops, the difficult decisions facing La Crosse shelters. I'll have more info live up next.
New worries for SNAP users. We'll tell you what happens in just days. And the award-winning Chris Kindle Market is back in Sparta. We're previewing the holiday tradition that raises money for local nonprofits. Good morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, December 4th, just about 6:30 a.m. If you're waiting for 6:30 to get out of bed, you got 3 more minutes. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's tracking the forecast. I don't know. You might just want to stay in bed today.
I know.
Honestly.
Those 3 minutes are pretty precious too,
yes,
my friend.
They're needed.
Let's get into how this all shapes up. Arctic air is here. That's what Alexander's saying. It's too cold to be outside right now. Holding on to the possibility of colder conditions coming into the afternoon once we get past our highs because the winds are going to pick up to at least 36 miles per hour plus in some cases. Holding on to this Arctic air continuing to move in with the wind chill going to also be a part of that as well. This morning's lows, again, you get into areas by Black River Falls, -15 to possibly -11 for Sparta. La Crosse at 0. Eau Claire at -6. And as you get down to Prairie du Chien, you're looking at -3. Let's take a look at what's happening. We could get near record lows. Well, maybe. We're seeing -7 back in 1950 for La Crosse, and of course -12 for Eau Claire back in 1983. The lows don't kick in until we get through the 6 o'clock hour, so I can't give you those what they are, but you just saw what they could be. And similar conditions for this right here as we get into the 7 o'clock hour, -1 for La Crosse. Plenty of sunshine will be on the way as we go through the morning hours, giving us again the possibility of 11 degrees by the afternoon with plenty of sunshine. So that means melting snow in your forecast as well for the roadways this morning as well as in the afternoon. Holding on to Eau Claire, you'll see -7 for the 7 o'clock hour, giving way into sunnier skies all the way into the afternoon with partly cloudy skies on the way, and of course 11 degrees for you as well. Those winds are right now going around an area of high pressure that's down to our south by Iowa, and as that continues on, that's going to pull in more of that colder air from Canada. As it does, our wind gusts will pick up later on in the afternoon, but for now they're light. You can see only 15 miles per hour by areas by Decorah. Holding on to the wind chill later on, though, as we get into the morning hours all the way through the afternoon, you can see what the wind chill is. Pretty cold out there right now, but you're seeing quiet conditions out there as well for La Crosse, Eau Claire, and Winona. As we get into how this all shapes up again, I'm going to even show you Dubuque, Iowa, looking pretty good at 3 degrees, all the way at least feeling like 3 degrees, so not so cold down there. When I come back, I'll have more about your forecast. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. And that Arctic air has cold shelters at capacity. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla is live downtown for us this morning. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. It is extremely cold outside. I have on 3 layers and I still feel it cutting through my clothes. And warming shelters are also feeling the impact as well, with more people trying to seek shelter from the cold. And that's because when temperatures get and drop and become dangerous like now, more and more people try and seek shelter at places like the Salvation Army. Things like food, coats, and a place to stay warm are a lifeline for unhoused individuals. The Salvation Army says it's doing everything they can, but the demand is higher than their resources.
We have our 64 beds open, but otherwise there are not a lot of other places that people can go to be warm.
The need is always there, but it's more visible as people are trying to camp around our building, around other locations, trying to find shelter and heat.
The Salvation Army is working with La Crosse County to add 18 more beds to their facility. Staff says it will help, but they will still likely have to turn away hundreds of people. And now I do want to show you guys this right over here. So I've had this water bottle outside during our live shots. As you can see, it's not completely frozen, but it has started to freeze. And just to show you how much, I think you can actually hear it when I bang it on this. So that's how cold it is outside. The water bottle is able to freeze like that. So I'll send it back to you guys into the warm studio. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, get back inside now, Seth. Thank you for that. Those cold temps also mean icy sidewalks. You saw Seth's icy water bottle there. Health officials have some tips to stay safe. Wear rubber boots and walk slowly to prevent falling.
One of the main things is slowing down and giving yourself enough time. So we don't want to be in a hurry, especially when there's slippery surfaces outside. And when you do go, make sure that you're just taking slower and smaller steps and scanning ahead for any hazards.
And she also says that older adults should bring your phone with you, even on a short walk outside. Don't forget, you can use our First Warn weather app to track weather conditions on your block. A developing story now out of Campbell, that town taking another step to become an official village. Residents meeting for a public hearing. A La Crosse judge has already approved the town's petition. Becoming a village would lock in Campbell's borders, stabilize its tax base, and add a new water system.
We're really for it. We've been for it for a long time and have tried to get the water system through years and years ago, but that's coming to fruition now, and we're definitely for becoming our own village.
Public input from that hearing will be part of the review before the proposal can move to a referendum. Some breaking news this morning as we take a live look at Capitol Hill. The sun coming up there. It's a big day for Navy Admiral Frank Bradley. He's briefing lawmakers about strikes on those Venezuelan drug boats, specifically a second strike that targeted survivors from the first strike.
A couple of hours later, I learned that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do. And by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Congress is promising an investigation into the attack. New this morning, immigration crackdowns are ramping up in Minnesota, many of them of Somali descent. It comes amid President Trump's verbal attacks on the Somali community. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Today, Minnesota at the center of new national attention after President Trump's lash out at the state's Somali community.
The Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country.
It comes amid reports of a fraud scandal involving dozens of people of Somali descent. In the past 3 years, 87 people have been charged, 61 convicted, after $1 billion was siphoned from multiple federal programs during the COVID pandemic. According to investigators, the scheme involved bogus receipts and invoices for meal programs, housing assistance, and behavioral health services, charging the state millions for services that were never provided. Tuesday, President Trump repeatedly insulted Somali people.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Somalis are hardworking.
Jamal Osman is a Minneapolis city councilman who came to the U.S. from Somalia when he was 14, now a naturalized citizen. He says the president is painting the hundreds of thousands of Somalis in the U.S. with a broad brush. The U.S. first extended temporary protected status in 1991 as Somalia plunged into a civil war and hundreds of thousands fled. Now the community is bracing for immigration crackdowns on those who've been issued final deportation orders.
What we're scared of is ICE going out on the streets, hunting anyone that looks like me.
HHS Secretary Kristi Noem says half the visas in Minnesota are fraudulent, though she has not provided evidence. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The House Oversight Committee said it would launch its own investigation into the fraud case, including claims that some of the stolen money ended up in the hands of terror groups. MyPillow founder Mike Lindell is eyeing a run for Minnesota governor. He's reportedly already filed the paperwork to do so next year. Lindell is known for making false claims about election interference in the 2020 election. Some possible new problems for Wisconsin SNAP users. 21 states could lose funding if they don't share data with the USDA by the end of this week. The agency is reportedly looking for fraud tied to immigration status. States have till December 8th to turn over information or lose critical funding.
We need to make sure that the entire country knows this is not red and blue. This is being able to feed people in our nation who need it.
The USDA says they only plan to withhold money used to run the program. That means money loaded onto Quest cards should stay safe. A News 8 follow-up now. The Finance and Personnel Committee votes today on the Weber Group's request to transfer ownership of the Charmont Hotel. That building was bought in 2012 before opening in 2015. We asked city officials what a transfer would mean for the historic building.
There's no fiscal impact to the city. There's no change in development agreement, so no one will be hurt by this. And that's important for the taxpayers to understand, and it's very important for downtown La Crosse to understand. But again, that building will stay there.
Finance and Personnel Committee meets at 6 tonight. We will keep you updated. In our medical news, the CDC says stillbirth rates in the U.S. improved last year. The rate dropped 2% in 2024, but there were still nearly 20,000 fetal deaths. Stillbirths have been generally trending down, but the rate ticked up in the first year of COVID and has fluctuated since. The U.S. could be heading toward another severe flu season. The reason, slow vaccine and a new strain. Mandy Gaither reports.
It's called Subclade K, a mutated strain of influenza that's causing concern for the weeks ahead as flu season ramps up.
Those few mutations may have some influence in just how effective the flu vaccine is going to be for the current season.
Dr. Daniel Koritskis with Brigham and Women's Hospital says it's still important to get the flu shot this year because he says the latest strain is just one of 3 that typically circulate in a season, and being vaccinated will provide some protection.
And very likely would make any influenza that you might acquire much less severe than if you are unvaccinated.
But it appears many Americans are skipping their flu vaccines this year. Last winter's flu season was was severe. The U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years. At least 280 children died of influenza. And with the combination of a new strain and upcoming holiday travel, experts fear this season could be just as bad.
We're just seeing the first signs of increasing influenza activity throughout the country.
Kariska says it's also important to keep up those personal care measures to protect against flu, like good hand washing. And he says if you do get the flu, there are treatments available.
There are several antiviral medications that are highly effective against influenza but need to be started early in the course of disease.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Rawson is 8. He loves riding his four-wheeler and hunting.
Happy birthday to you. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, I already said 8, I think, 80, 88, 98, 108, we'd love to feature them. We'll take them.
All right, yeah. You can also upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the submit pictures button on the home tab on our website.
Stay with us. The Christkindl Market is back for its 11th year, and the executive director of the Sparta Area Chamber of Commerce is here to tell us all about it. Live next.
Shop doorbusters in every department during the Black Friday sale at Home Furniture.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Visit any Maury's Auto Group dealership now through December 13th and get an instant $500 trade-in bonus on your new car purchase during our Joy of Savings event. Or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
So the Medicare open enrollment is happening now through December 7th. But if your plan has been canceled, don't worry, you have till December 31st to change your plan. At Strive Medicare, we bring over 40 years of experience working with Medicare plans. Let our trusted local team guide you to the coverage you deserve.
We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of.
We're conveniently located inside the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse. Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
Love Arby's famous roast beef? Love Hickory barbecue sauce? Love 2 for $6 deals? Meet the RBQ. It loves to be loved. Arby's, we have the meat.
Valley Fudge and Candy came about almost by accident. I wanted to be in a craft show, and I am not crafty. So my husband Steve said, well, let's make some fudge like your grandma used to make. We took it to the craft show, totally sold out, and here we are all these years later with over 45 flavors of fudge. What's better for the holidays than fudge? We have individual pieces or gift boxes. Try our holiday or everyday flavors. Stop in the store or visit us online.
Well, good morning to you and welcome back. If you haven't felt it outside yet, it's cold out there, so prepare yourself, bundle up the kiddos going to school if there is school at all. Holding on to the possibility of, again, warmer conditions eventually in the next couple of days, but for now, that Arctic air is coming in and it's going to be much colder in the afternoon. We're fortunate right now, we're not very breezy, so we're holding on to some areas right now, at least as we go through this morning. You're going to see the highs about, say, 12 to about 18 degrees. I'm going to show you this right now as we continue on. That's what's going to happen. You take a look right now, not much happening. Some clearing skies out there. clear right now, giving way to a little bit of cloud cover up to the north. Eventually, we'll open this up a little bit wider, and you can see what's happening. We've got this mostly you get by areas by excuse me. Oh my goodness, here we go. As we go through the Midwest, so all the way from the desert Southwest to the Midwest, you've got a line of showers coming in all the way with drier air just on top of that. A warm front is kicking in, and as it gets closer, we're seeing colder air getting drawn in by this area of high pressure, and it continues to just wrap that colder air around the area, and that's going to continue to usher that all the way in through the afternoon. With that happening going into, you can see the circulation already occurring right there through the morning hours gradually. As we get into more of that kind of scooting into the east a little bit, we've got some southerly winds kicking in, so slowly but surely those temperatures are going to bump up a little bit, but we still have that colder air coming in from the north. As that happens by 4 o'clock, we're looking at high temperatures around 14 degrees for La Crosse, 11 for Eau Claire, 15 for areas by Prairie du Chien, and then things change. The winds pick up. Winds are going to be up to 35 to 36 miles per hour gusting plus, and as that happens, we're going to see that colder air feel so much colder on your skin. It continues on with more snow, possibly coming back again as we go into the 4 o'clock hour, then crossing the river, eventually getting into areas right by La Crosse, then pulling in by Ladysmith, Eau Claire, and by the time we get all the way through the morning hours, as we go right into your mid-morning hours, you're looking at widespread snow working from Ladysmith all the way down to La Crosse and getting into Vernon County, possibly even Prairie du Chien down by Crawford County as well, with widespread snow across the area all the way through the morning hours. And we're not even at noon yet. By the time we get into noon, that starts to cross a little bit more to the east and leave the region. By the time we get in the 4 o'clock hour, we're pretty much done. Holding on to the possibility of continuing holding on to that snow as we go into how that all plays out. Yeah, we're looking at temperatures to be a little bit on the warmer side. Now 15 degrees warmer, by the way. We'll carry over into more of that snow as we get into tomorrow. In fact, we're going to see that snow come back again tonight and then tomorrow. Then we'll get into widespread snow all the way with some moderate snow associated with that going right into your early morning on Saturday. Then we have a 20% chance of maybe trying to get some snow back again. Drier on Sunday. More snow coming back again for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and possibly Thursday as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Well, the Chris Kindle Market is back in Sparta for its 11th year, an award-winning holiday market that raises money for local nonprofits. We are joined by Lance Hauser, Executive Director of the Sparta Area Chamber of Commerce, to tell us more. Good morning, Lance. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great to see you. We're excited for this. So tell us what makes this market so special. It looks truly incredible.
Yeah, thank you. So what really separates Chris Kindle Market from everybody else, all the other markets out there, is we're really community and volunteer driven. Without our community and without our volunteers that help us set up Chris Kindle Market and tear down, there is no Chris Kindle Market. So that's what really separates us and makes us special.
Two things. Why is it called Kindle? And what kind of goods are you going to have out there, the handmade goods?
So we're going to have all sorts of everything that you can think of. We're going to have there's going to be handmade soaps and candles and treats to snack while you're watching TV. My favorite was Morg's Mallows this past weekend. Handmade marshmallows. They're so good. The Fruity Pebble ones.
Oh wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, yep, they are so good. There's all sorts of things though. There's handmade wooden bowls. There's recycled wood Christmas ornaments and all sorts of beautiful things at Chris Kindle Market.
Okay, so a lot of artisans and vendors from the community coming to sell their stuff. A great place to get Christmas gifts, I'm sure. We also know that the market has received national recognition. So tell us a little bit more about that and what people can expect when they visit.
Yeah, back in 2023, we were awarded the Innovation Award from the state of Wisconsin, from Governor Evers. It's just for the work and how much we've built up the market and really drawn tourism to our community. So that's why we were awarded that. What to expect when you come to Chris Kindle Market? Just beauty and ambiance. Or as the kids say now, aura.
Yeah, we should have some video of the market that we can put up to show off your aura points. Yeah, it truly is beautiful. Here's a quick look at that. And Santa will be there too. Tell us about that.
So Santa is at the Holiday Lights. If you get the opportunity to come to Chris Kindle Market, and the Grinch has made his trip down from Whoville, we are kind of a Grinch market. So the Grinch, there he is. So the Grinch will be there.
Nice. He heard you. It looks like he heard you.
He must have. Yeah, waving at me. Yep. So the Grinch comes down, he'll make you laugh, he'll take a picture. He's actually raising money for the Boys and Girls Club, so he's not all quite Grinchy. And if you want to see Santa, go down to the Holiday Lights in Evans-Bossard Park, and Santa will be there every night that the Holiday Lights are open on the weekends.
So does that mean the family experience is going to be great then?
I think it's going to be really wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. So bring the family down, and it's definitely a family market, family-driven market.
Okay, something for everyone, and it raises money. You mentioned the Boys and Girls Club. Tell us a little bit about that. that?
Yeah, so pretty much all of our food vendors that you purchase food through at the market are nonprofits in Sparta. So this is their opportunity to host probably, in a lot of their areas, the biggest fundraiser of the year. So we have our Rotary Club that sells our commemorative mugs and wine. Let's see, going down the market, we have our Kiwanis Club sells our the cinnamon roasted almonds and nuts. I mean, you can go down the whole, where our Montessori school sells our salmon bowls and so on, so on and so forth.
Wow.
I know I missed people,
Right.
but yeah, our Boys and Girls Club sells our sausages. Our Lions Club is selling our cheese on a stick. It's pretty much every food vendor is a nonprofit raising money for the Sparta community.
Okay,
All right, so I'm sorry, what are the hours and what should people know other than what you've just told us?
Yeah, so on Fridays from 4 to 8 and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. the market is open.
Okay, and that will run through when?
December 20th is the last day of the market.
Okay, and then we know you've got the traditional wooden shacks there where the people are set up, and then I also saw some bubbles.
Yeah, so
Those are all the rage.
Absolutely, yes. As we really weren't expecting them to be quite the rage.
Yeah.
So yeah, last year we didn't book them up too terribly much, and when we amped up our marketing this year, the first day that they were available for rent, our phone rang nonstop at one point in time. Yeah, we had 18 people on hold trying to get orders for the globes. So there's a few slots that are available, but those globes are really magical. You can go in there, you get a nice little heated area that you and your family can relax and enjoy the market.
They do look awesome. All right, Lance, well, thank you so much for being here this morning with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Start your holiday shopping with the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Order a double smoked ham, prime rib, fresh turkey, or smoked salmon. Create a custom gift basket. Don't forget the beer and the best beef jerky for your get-together. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
The gift of relaxation and pampering is the perfect gift to give this holiday season. It is the Sue Colby's experience. The gift your special someone is really hoping for, and the gift she really deserves. Order your gift cards online today at SueColby's.com or pick them up at Sue Colby's Salon and Day Spa, because she deserves the very best.
Your local Culligan expert helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options for better water and finances that fit. Contact your local Culligan expert today.
At Jolivet Family Farms, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Fraser for Christmas trees, wreaths, garlands, bows, fruit and gift baskets, gift cards. Buy fresh, buy local. Concord grapes, cheeses, organic eggs, honey, jams, syrup, pancake mixes, meats, pizzas, specialty chocolates, Wisconsin beer and wines, salsas. Dazzling crafts and decor items. Take home some pies, cookies, bars, and breads from our homemade bakery. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Start your holiday shopping with the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Order a double smoked ham, prime rib, fresh turkey, or smoked salmon. Create a custom gift basket. Don't forget the beer and the best beef jerky for your get-together. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes. Those with a special kind of courage or ability. Those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
Let's
What's up, E.T.?
No one brings you closer to Hollywood's biggest stars than E.T. E.T. Secrets out with A-list exclusives.
We're spilling the
We're spilling
E.T. This is my E.T.
E.T.
Retrospective. What is going on?
That is so inappropriate.
Only on E.T.
I should not tell this story, but I'm going to anyway.
Always on E.T.
Cut the camera.
Weeknights at 6:30 on News 8. It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Well, a raccoon broke into a liquor store, drank scotch and whiskey from smashed bottles, then ended up here. A familiar scene, perhaps. It passed out in a bathroom. County animal officers rescued the raccoon and released it back into nature.
It is extremely cold out, and warming shelters are already feeling the impacts from the cold. And that's because when temperatures drop and become more dangerous like now, more and more people try and seek shelter at places like the Salvation Army. Things like food, coats, and a place to stay warm are a lifeline for unhoused individuals. The Salvation Army says it's doing everything it can, but the demand is higher than their resources.
We have our 64 beds open, but otherwise there are not a lot of other places that people can go to be warm.
The need is always there, but it's more visible as people are trying to camp around our building, around other locations, trying to find shelter and heat.
The Salvation Army is working with La Crosse County to add 18 more beds to their facility. Staff says it will help, but they will still likely have to turn hundreds of people away. December is the busiest month for shelters, so they are asking for volunteers and donations. For more information on how to do that, visit our website. Live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Some possible new problems for Wisconsin SNAP users. 21 states could lose funding if they don't share data with the USDA by the end of the week. The agency says it's looking for fraud tied to immigration status.
We need to make sure that the entire country knows this is not red and blue. This is being able to feed people in our nation who need it.
The USDA says they only plan to withhold money used to run the program. That means money loaded onto Quest cards is safe. The Finance and Personnel Committee voting tonight on the Weber Group's request to transfer ownership of the Charmont Hotel. That building was bought in 2012 before the Charmont opened in 2015. We asked city officials what a transfer would mean for the historic building.
There's no fiscal impact to the city. There's no change in development agreement, so no one will be hurt by this. And that's important for the taxpayers to understand, and it's very important for downtown La Crosse to understand. But again, that building will stay there.
The Finance and Personnel Committee will meet at 6 tonight, and we will keep you updated with what happens there.
All right, that Arctic blast is, well, I should say the Arctic air is here right now, but once we get into the afternoon, we're going to have an Arctic blast. And that means those wind gusts will get up to 35 to 36 miles per hour. Plus, in some cases, you can see that right there. It's going to feel like it's much colder on your skin, like it's going to feel like single digits or below. We'll carry over into how this all shapes up for the day. We have 14 degrees expected, and believe it or not, our midnight temperature will probably be 15 degrees later on, with colder air coming in, ushering in more snow for your Friday, possibly snow on Saturday, and then drier on Sunday with more snow into next week.
That 31 is looking good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Ooh.
Brr, it's cold out there. Get your coffee extra hot this morning.
Pretty much.
All right, thank you, Art. Thanks for waking up with us. Just ahead at noon, something really cool. Winona State getting ready to study some dinosaurs.